Welcome to the Building Up Women in Property podcast. I'm your host, Rebecca Bangura, and I'm thrilled to have you here with me today. This podcast is for ambitious women who work in property and construction, who want to learn how to have a career they love on their terms. Join me every week where I'll leave you excited and confident to take your next steps. Thanks for being here with me. Now let's get started. Hello. Today we are talking about unlocking your potential and more specifically, why you need to invest in your own success. And today I'm feeling a bit spicy on this topic because time and time again, I have conversations with people who are striving to have impactful lives, who are looking for fulfilling careers and work as part of high-performing teams. And they feel like they have all this potential locked up inside, just kind of waiting to get out. And they're not sure how to tap into that potential and really take up space and do the things that they dream of doing in and through their work. And the question I always ask is, are you investing in your own success? And to be honest, lots of people look at me blankly when I ask this because it's not something they ever think about. And my hope is that by the end of this, you have a different, fresh perspective on how you can grow your own abilities and really tap into that potential and increase your impact and your influence through your work and in your life so that you can really be having that career and living the life that you dream of living, rather than waiting to be tapped on the shoulder or get recognized or have the opportunity served up to you on a silver platter, because unfortunately that's not the way things work. We need to acknowledge that fortune favors the brave. It favors the people who are willing to take steps to back themselves and to do the work. They are the people that will get the results. They are the people that will get the outcomes they dream of because they have shown up and done the work. And that opportunity is available to each and every one of us. It's whether we choose to invest in ourselves, whether we choose to invest in our futures and our development and our dreams and our aspirations or not. And the other key point is we have to realize that we as individuals are our biggest assets. And we need to start thinking that way. We need to stop making assumptions and excuses about our performance and how we show up to situations. And we need to start being proactive and taking ownership so that we can control the outcomes and create better outcomes for ourselves. And that will put us firmly in the driver's seat of our own careers and our own lives, and it will allow us to create what we want to create. So when I talk about investing in yourself, I want you to think about what comes to mind. For some people, it is around investing in education and developing their knowledge and their skill set. For other people, it's around getting coaching and one-on-one support. Or it might be resources or tools that help you do your job or your life better or easier. And the truth is, all of these things are investments. But when we are talking about our careers, we need to think about what is going to get us ahead. What is going to get us ahead or get us closer to our goals? And we need to be really clear on that. So this is about prioritizing the most impactful things and then focusing our time, our energy, and our money and resources to creating that outcome. And it's important to acknowledge that it is all of those factors, right? Our time can be our most valuable resource. And we need to really carve out space for our personal growth, because if we don't, we will stay where we are. You know, there's an expression, something around, if you're not moving forwards, you're going backwards. And I think that is true. We see that especially at the moment in a landscape where inflation is high, salaries aren't rising at the same rate. And if you are not continuing to upskill and bring more to your job and be rewarded for that, then talking in economic terms, then you probably are going backwards. So it's important to really recognize that we want to keep leveling up. We want to keep taking that next step, not only for our own fulfillment and development, but also to keep up with opportunities that are available to us. And it's so important that you take ownership of your own success and you drive the outcomes you want. And doing that, it requires you to have a dream, to have an aspiration or a goal that you're working towards, and then take the actions towards it. And that requires you to have the dream or the goal or the aspiration and to have the self-belief that you can achieve this. Getting that job or having that impact in the world is not for someone else, it's for you. And you need to step up to the plate and start to own it. And as I said before, no one is going to tap you on the shoulder and ask for your opinion or ask for you to do something in the world. You need to get involved in the game. You need to cultivate the opportunities and be willing to do that work. And that does require you to hold space for yourself and think about what is really possible for you and then go for it. Make the time, make the commitment, make the investment in developing your skills, in developing your knowledge and understanding, and developing your support systems that will help you achieve your goals sooner. And when we do look at our careers and when we think about our salaries, the sooner you can get a pay increase, the more impact that will have on your financial stability throughout your life. That's why it's so important. And it's why we really shouldn't be putting off our own development until one day, someday. We should be doing as much as we can as early in our career to establish ourselves. And it's even more important if you do think that one day you might have children and you may take a career break.
I hope you've been enjoying the episode. I wanted to take a moment to let you know about my free Career Confidence Masterclass. This is for ambitious career-orientated women who are ready to stop playing small and to confidently create a career you love. Head over to my website, beautifuldisruptions.com, for more info. Now let's get back to the episode.
So I encourage you to really get clear on what are the things that will move you and your career forward and create more opportunities for yourself in terms of career advancement and increased income and professional exposure and influence. And when we decide to invest in ourselves, when we get behind ourselves and go all in and creating the success we dream of, its impacts will go far beyond our careers. It also has a massive impact on our confidence, how we show up in all areas of our life, and what we think is possible for us and those around us. We also start to be a role model for other people. We start to create new narratives and new stories of what's possible for people like us. And that's crucial as we try and cultivate more diverse and inclusive organisations and societies. And I also understand that this can be really tough for some of us. This can be really tough for some people to actually invest in themselves. Often we are so busy trying to please other people that other people's needs take priority over our own needs and desires. And that can show up in so many ways. Like you might not want to take time away from work for your own personal development or time away from your family. But again, it comes back to this idea of no one else is going to do this for you. And if you are always putting everyone else's needs before your own, then you'll never get to where you want to be. You'll never achieve your deepest desires or what you really are capable of. So you need to carve out this space for yourself and really consider it to be sacred, because it is. And other limitations I often see come up is around money, that financial investment. And I tell you, I see this time and time again. Investment in your own personal development will pay dividends in the long run. Because having that additional knowledge and that additional skill set allows you to demonstrate your increased value to your organisation. It allows you to negotiate a better salary, whether internally or for your next job. And these things require you to do the work. But I think perhaps the biggest barrier is often our own thinking, our own mindset. We are so scared of failing, of screwing up, of getting it wrong, that we don't even start. We don't know if we should work with this coach or do this program. And so we get stuck in analysis paralysis. And it's a way of keeping ourselves safe. But it's also a way that we keep ourselves small. And so if you ever have these limitations or you feel yourself not stepping up to the plate because you're scared of the expense or the time or the energy required, I want you to really think about why this is important. What do you need to do to take that next step in your career, to take that next step in your life, and to have that impact that you want to have in the world? And then think about, what is the one thing I can focus on right now that will support my success? And then start doing it. And accept that your brain is going to give you all the reasons not to. It's going to give you all the reasons not to spend the money, not to commit the time, not to do the work. But you have to decide to be the person who advocates themselves, who creates the career and life they want. And then you need to go for it. And allow your brain to have all those reasons, but override it. Make conscious choices and follow through on them. Because it is the people who invest in their own learning and their development and their brand and their network, as well as their physical well-being. These are the people who are thriving. So again, I want you to think about what it is you want to achieve and how you are going to get there. Create your own goals, create your own development plan, and then get into action. Start to leverage people around you, your mentors, your community, free resources, online platforms, as well as formal education systems to really push yourself forward, to take that next step, to invest in your own success and to make it happen. Be consistent with your actions. Commit to go all in on yourself. Stop playing small. Stop hiding behind all those things that could go wrong and start focusing on all the things that could go right. Show up. Be consistent. Reflect on what works and what doesn't. And keep evaluating and really developing your own growth mindset so that you can take that next step, so that you can push yourself further and seek out new opportunities to be that best version of yourself. We have one life, as far as I know, right? And this is it. And I think it's time we all stopped cowering away and being driven by fear, and we started living into who we want to be. It all starts with having our own back and investing in our own success. Okay, my friend, I'm going to leave it there. You have got this. Go get clear on what you want and start investing in yourself and having your own back. Until next time.
Thanks for joining me on the Building Up Women in Property podcast. If you're listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify, I'd love for you to take a moment and review the show if you found it helpful, or share it with a few friends. Thanks again, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.